This is Princess Helena. She was the third daughter and the fifth child of Queen Victoria and her husband Prince Albert. Helena was born in 1846, a day after Queen Victoria's 27th birthday. Helena was a lively and outspoken child, and she much more enjoyed playing with her brothers than doing feminine pursuits. Here we see her depicted with her brother Prince Alfred. Here we see them dressed up in fancy dress costume. At the age of 14, Princess Helena's life changed forever when her father died of typhoid fever. A month after her father's death, she wrote to a friend and she said, "I adored Papa. I loved him more than anything on earth. His word was a most sacred law and he was my help and advisor. These hours were the happiest of my life and now it is all over." Here we see the teenage Princess Helena in mourning for her father. 1 year after Prince Albert's death, her sister Alice married. Princess Alice had been her mother's secretary, and so Princess Helena took on that role. At around this time, during her early teenage years, Princess Helena began a flirtation with her late father's librarian. He was called Carl Rulland, and when Queen Victoria found out of her daughter's romantic attachment with this man, he was promptly dismissed and he returned back to Germany. Queen Victoria then decided to hastily try and find a husband for her daughter. But apparently, Princess Helena's appearance was a concern. By the age of 15, one of her biographers said of her that she was chunky, dowdy and double-chinned. But that doesn't really come through in any of these paintings, but they may well have been painted to flatter her. Queen Victoria also relied on Helena so much that she didn't want her to leave, and so if she married, or to whoever she married, they were expected to stay nearby. Eventually a suitable groom was found, and Prince Christian of Schleswig-Holstein was settled upon. However, there was some controversy over this match, such as the age difference. The groom was 15 years older than his bride, and this does become quite obvious in this photo here. Regardless though, this was a very happy and successful marriage. Helena and Christian were absolutely devoted to one another. And following their marriage, they set up home in Cumberland Lodge in Windsor Great Park. Despite being married and having her own life, Helena kept her word and she continued acting as her mother's secretary, together with her other sister Beatrice. Helena's health was not actually that strong. She had an addiction, as with many people of the era. She was addicted to opium and laudanum. But Queen Victoria never believed that her daughter was truly ill and accused her of hypochondria brought on by an indulgent husband. The devoted couple had 6 children, of whom 4 survived to adulthood, including 2 boys and 2 girls. Her 5th child was a boy called Harold who lived for only 8 days, and he was followed by a stillborn boy who was unnamed. Here we see Helena with her eldest daughter. Helena's favourite son, Prince Christian Victor, died in 1900, and this was followed 3 months later by the death of her mother, Queen Victoria. She and her husband, Christian, continued to live a quiet life, and they celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary in 1916 in the midst of the First World War. During the First World War, Helena was involved with supporting the nursing cause. Her husband then died in 1917, but she outlived him until 1923. She died at the age of 77.